Did y'all not suffer in nursing school? I suffered. I don't know about y'all. I suffered to the point that I will never, ever video at work.
Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amaomi, aka Petite Diva, and in this video we are looking at a viral story of a nursing student who was expelled from a nursing school because of a day in my life vlog. Now, she came online to share exactly what happened in a bid to warn other people about the consequences of filming as a nursing student. So we're going to check out what exactly happened. We're going to check out people's response to our story and our situation, and then I'll come back to share my thoughts. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now let's get into this video.
So about 2 days ago, I was withdrawn from my nursing program by my school, and I want to talk about why. Making this video to educate people because I don't want people to make the same mistakes that I did. So any nasty or unnecessary commentary, you can leave it to yourself. Thank you very much. Well, in our student handbook that we sign before the program starts, before the semester starts, it basically states, you know, do's and don'ts and requirements and expectations of us. So that, like, nursing school videos are extremely popular these days, and I guess I was kind of on the bandwagon, like, hey, I'm in nursing school, you know, like, let me show people what this looks like. And one of my videos that I posted that you may or may not have seen, they have all been taken down since. I had posted a video about the day in my life at clinicals, my page is public, so anybody can see it, obviously. I had posted a collage of videos throughout my day of things that I had done, and one of the videos had included the vitals machine and like an S-bar report sheet that I had filled out on my patient, given on the vitals machine there was no patient information, because sometimes you can scan the vitals machines. None of that information was on there, and then on the S-bar sheet there was some information on there about my patient. There was no patient name, no patient date of birth. Well, there was, but it was made up, because they teach you in nursing school, you know, like, if you're gonna write things down, you know, change the birth year, change their names, things like that. So that's exactly what I did. Got a letter from the school stating that my videos had been brought to their attention, aka someone brought it to their attention, I'm assuming. Whatever. And they brought me in for a meeting. I sat down with the director of the program, and I sat down with my professor, and basically that was my opportunity to, I guess, defend my case. The director and my professor had said that they, you know, they had seen all the videos, that they had, you know, kept everything and all of that, which understandably so. That I had violated HIPAA, and that essentially that they were trying to decide whether or not I was going to have the opportunity to redeem myself, or that they were going to withdraw me from the semester. And the decision was that they had withdrawn me from the semester, and obviously it was like extremely devastating. This is my second term, only about like a month into the program, so I guess if there is a silver lining, at least it happened earlier in the semester versus the last week. I sat down with them and I apologized profusely. I told them that, you know, I understood that like I had made a mistake and that if they gave me the opportunity to redeem myself, that it would absolutely never happen again. I do understand how serious these things are, and of course I understand I still chose to make the video, knowing about the contract that I had signed, even before doing it.
Okay, so we've seen exactly what happened and the consequences of our action. Let's check out what people have to say about her situation, and then I'll come back to share my thoughts.
2 days ago, I was withdrawn from my nursing program by my school, and I want to talk about why.
Okay, so essentially this young lady was kicked out of nursing school just for this semester. She does get to go back, she said. She goes on to say in the video, she does get to go back, but she was kicked out for the semester because she made a video and then she posted patient information. She says she changed the initials, patient, thinking that that would be okay, but the school saw her videos, they didn't appreciate them, and so she was withdrawn from her program. Actually, you know, there's a lot of nurses on here hating on her and stuff. I appreciate her humility, and I appreciate her getting on here and trying to warn others and saying, hey, don't do it. It's just not worth it. You can create a fake patient. I mean, there's so many things, you know, if you want to talk about a certain subject, it never ever has to be a real patient. It's just not worth it. Like she says, I hope she learned her lesson, and I hope others can learn from her. Just don't do it.
The girl who got kicked out of nursing school for posting, like, her get ready with me, I'm sorry, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. As long as she is not giving any patient information or where she is, I'm sorry, but I don't get it. This may be, you know, not a popular take because everybody's like, nurses are held to a higher standard. Yeah, we are. And I just don't, maybe if I saw the post, maybe if I see like what she was doing as far as like, because it was just to get ready with me, right? And, oh, I'm at clinicals. This is what I saw today. And, but like, I'm sorry, but I really think that it's not that big of a deal. Like, to get kicked out, that's a bit extreme. Like, obviously, there was somebody who was watching her and who was like, and who went, first of all, get some business, get something to do. Because if she's not giving any patient information, if she's not talking bad, if she's not doing anything, what is the problem? I honestly, I don't get it.
As somebody who's just really getting out of prereqs, for real, where do you even have time to do a day in the life of nursing school? You should be busy. You should be studying. Your head should be in the book so motherfucker hard you can't even see your neck. What's going on?
I saw the recent video about the nursing student on TikTok who was filming herself during clinical and she got kicked out of nursing school. Other than this video, you will never find me posting on social media about the fact that I'm a nurse. I'm trying to hide. One of my biggest fears is that my patient is going to find me on here and then they're going to see something and they're going to think something and then they're going to report me to my college and I'm going to get investigated. That is my biggest fear. There's no way in hell that I studied so hard for 4 years and cried my eyeballs out and thought I was going to fail and not become a nurse to begin with and lose my license. Like, that's just not going to happen. The fact that there are so many nurses on this app who post themselves at the workplace blows my mind. Also, this might be a controversial opinion, but I feel like posting about nursing work at work kind of gives the whole nursing profession kind of a bad reputation, and definitely already has a bad reputation, but it just kind of puts us in a hole even more. And again, we have studied and worked our asses off so hard to get this license, to be respected people in the community and the profession, and some of these videos do not make us look good. So if you're a nursing student and you're a nurse, do not put your life at risk. Okay, like, you work too hard to put your license at risk. Like, what are you gonna do? Yeah, there's so many of us who post online and you're like, oh, nobody's ever gonna find out. Nobody's ever gonna like know because you're like 1 in a million. It just takes one person like this nursing student who someone's gonna report them to your nursing college and then you get investigated and then your livelihood is gone.
So a nursing student was just flat out kicked out of her program because she was posting videos of her at clinical to social media for the whole world to see. And as someone who has been through clinicals, been through nursing school, let me just say, nursing schools take the social media policy very seriously. Like, even at clinical, if I pulled my phone out, my instructor would absolutely lose it. Even if it was just me checking the clock or a family emergency or I was just looking up something, they would absolutely just lose their mind. So kind of the idea of like making videos at clinical and then posting it, it's just not that great. But more importantly, what people don't know is that in your nursing school cohort, there's gonna be a couple snakes, okay? A couple of people who are gonna find something on your social media to get you in trouble and report you to the school. Like in my class, we had one girl accuse me and my entire friend group of cheating. She had absolutely no proof. Also, by the way, we didn't cheat. There was nothing that she based it on other than the fact that she didn't like us and that we sat in the back of the lecture hall because we don't like sitting in the front row. So she started an entire rumor about how me and my friends were cheating just to get us in trouble. And it's just like, why?
They kicked her out of nursing school. When you're in healthcare, professionalism isn't an option. It is the baseline. But apparently some people think that nursing school is just another excuse to chase clout on TikTok. She went and posted patient testing, even if it was a fake name and date of birth. Like that somehow made it okay, but spoiler alert, it didn't. Her program found out. And years of hard work, late nights, tuitions paid, gone. And honestly, rightfully so, because when you play around with patients' privacy, even in simulation, you're showing the world you don't get it. Social media has completely rotted our sense of what actually belongs online. Newsflash, not everything is content, and healthcare, that's definitely not content. But this is what happens when you treat your future license like it's just another trending audio. You lose it. And frankly, I'm glad that programs are still holding that line and staying true to what healthcare really is.
I just watched a video on my For You page of a girl who was in a nursing program posting that she got kicked out of her nursing program for posting on social media. If I could give the biggest PSA ever to all nursing students, medical students, things like that, do not ever post any sort of video in your clinical site, around your clinical site, anything like that. As someone who is a full-time nursing student and also a full-time content creator, the one thing I have learned from like talking to the people in charge of my program, do not ever post in the parking lot of a clinical site, in a clinical site, on a clinical site. Like, do not post it. It's not just that it is the nursing school's rules and regulations. These schools have contracts with the hospitals that students are at. And some of these hospitals have their own rules that there cannot be posting, no filming, nothing like that. You also, when you leave a clinical site, never ever want to be posting any of your sort of clinical paperwork, things like that. I don't care if you don't think you're breaking HIPAA. You could be. Like, HIPAA is not just name and date of birth. It is so much more than that. Avoid posting anything ever with any patient information, absolutely at all. You have to realize that this is bigger than you.
Let's talk about another cautionary tale for nursing students on social media. So I saw a student who was recently involuntarily withdrawn from her nursing program for a semester after posting day in the life videos. She says no patient information or HIPAA protected data was shared, but the school still cited her for violating the student handbook and HIPAA. Here's the key point. HIPAA is only part of this problem. Nursing programs often have strict professionalism clauses in their student handbooks that go way beyond HIPAA. So that means even if you don't show patient data, your school can still say your videos reflect poorly on the profession or even on their program. And so how did this blow up? Someone reported her videos to school administrators. That's all it takes. One email, one complaint, and suddenly you're out of a program you worked so hard to get into. So this is a follow-up to my earlier video a while back about nurses filming spend the day with me clips at work. For students, the stakes are even higher. You don't even have the protection of a license yet. And programs are quick to cut ties. So bottom line, before you post, remember, you're not just protecting HIPAA, you're protecting your spot in your program. Social media can wait. Your RN license is forever.
So about 2 days ago, I was withdrawn from my nursing program.
First of all, I want to say I'm really sorry that this happened to you. But I feel like nursing content gets a really bad rap because it can go very wrong quickly. But the thing is, if you really pay attention to the big like nursing creators, they never film in a clinical setting. As a nursing student, you never even want to too much pull out your phone at the clinical site. You don't even want to pull out your phone at the clinical site, let alone pull out your phone, open the camera app, and record. You know, I feel like so many people are like don't make content at all while in nursing school. I feel like making content while in nursing school has changed my life. It's given me the opportunity to travel the world, right, while I've been in school. I thank God for that. But when you're at the clinical setting, you have to remember that you're there to work, right? You're there for a reason. You're not there to make content. You're there to work. When I'm at work, I'm there to work. I'm not there to make content. And on my free time, if I choose, that's when I make my content. So I think nursing content should be made, but you have to realize when you're at a clinical setting, when you're at work, focus, right? Don't try to make content when you're supposed to be doing something else.
Nursing students, let's talk about a serious subject today, and that is what you put on your TikTok or any social media platform. So I'm sure you have been seeing all of the uproar about people that have been posting stuff that is morally probably not right. And what you have to understand is the First Amendment right to free speech is between you and your government. It is 100% not between you and anybody else, your government, okay? So your employer doesn't go by those rules. Most places of employment do not want to have a negative image representation of someone on social media. And that is their right, because it may not be the view they hold. And others will mistake that and think that it is. So I want to warn you, even as a student, trust me, you're more vulnerable as a student. You need to keep your social media platform. If you're going to work at a hospital or facility, if you're in nursing school, people hold us to a bit of a higher standard because we should be. We shouldn't have biases like that, because how do I know if you have a bias like that if you're not going to feel like that when I come in and let's use, I don't know, chocolate and vanilla cake. You believe it's chocolate cake's the best. I think vanilla is. How do I know you're going to treat me the same?
So I'm pretty sure that every single nurse on TikTok saw how that nursing student was videoing a day in the life of a nursing student at clinicals, and she got kicked out of her program. And she came on the internet and told everybody, and she's real sad. Did y'all not suffer in nursing school? I suffered. I don't know about y'all. I suffered to the point that I will never, ever video at work. I don't really want people to know that I'm a nurse. Like, it's like a minimal part of my life. And I don't want my whole identity to be being a nurse. And so if you think, based off the fact that I suffered in nursing school, it was very like emotionally traumatic for me. I'm going to get on TikTok at work in my working scrubs and post about being at work. Oh, hell no. You ain't ever gonna know. You ain't ever gonna be able to put A and B together, that Angelica worked here and she's here and she's... No, you're not. Y'all need to stop doing that. You are not a surgeon. You are not a doctor. I know this has become a platform for that, but you are not them. Stop doing that. Stop risking your whole career.
Because they teach you in nursing school, you know, like if you're gonna write things down, you know, change the birth year, change their names, things like that. So that's exactly what I did.
If you didn't know this already, nursing is filled with monitoring spirits. I wish I could say that all nurses are very kind-hearted and always, you know, are thinking in the best in people and stuff, but there's a lot of nurses who see that there's a couple new nurses coming on the unit, find their full name, go online, figure out their Instagram, their TikTok, and just wait. There's nurses who you will come on the unit, they'll say, hey, what's your name? Nice to meet you. Oh my gosh. And they already follow you. And they'll do that and then wait for you to slip up because they know you make content, and then try to report you to your manager, or in this case, her nursing program. And this girl was only a nursing student. Someone must have already been watching her page. Again, a monitoring spirit. And the minute she slipped up and didn't clarify what she was posting, they ran with it. And yes, it was patient fake information. However, I'm sure her program has something about not posting while in the program or posting information on patients and something around that. And that's what they were given. And it sounds like they did a full investigation, and that was the conclusion that they came up with by removing her from the program. Be careful, all right? Just be careful. I know there's a lot of nursing content creators out here who are thriving and successful to the point where they don't even need to be at the bedside, but that's not going to be everyone's case. Some people are going to thrive. Some people are just going to make content, I guess.
So I just want to talk about the young lady who got kicked out of her nursing program for recording a day in the life of her at clinicals. Number one, let me just start out by saying I think that is so sad. Like, coming from somebody who really took off with nursing school content, like made nursing school like my niche, like made that my thing. Like, that's how I took off. That's how I started making money on this platform. Like, and then forget the platform. That's like your career choice, like your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, like all snatched from you behind a post. Number one, I think it's crazy. Number two, I do feel bad for her. But number three, I see a lot of the girls up here saying like, well, that's why we say don't make nursing student content. That's why we say don't make nursing your whole mantra, your whole lifestyle, your whole personality. And it's just like, I still don't feel like you shouldn't be able to post nursing student content. Now, do you have to be very particular and very careful and very aware of where you're recording? Like, I feel like where she really, really messed up was the fact that she signed a contract that said, like, you can't record here in this area, and then she still did it. Like, you could still be a nursing student creator and be at your house, like, talking about your day, talking about your experiences, like, you know, obviously not violating HIPAA, but you can still like do scrub reviews, like you could do your study hacks, your study tips, you can make like nursing humor content. Like, a lot of the really, really big nursing creators, you see them recording their day in the life of me, like off duty, or like how I study, or like just experiences outside of the workplace. If you're not able to record, and I honestly, recording in the workplace is really sticky. It's really sticky. Like, some places it's a no-no, period. And then other places where it's not a no-no, period, I just feel like you gotta be careful. Like, we are essentially like outside of being on TikTok and being influencers, like, we're saving people's lives. We're taking care of people's family members. Like, we're taking care of people when they're in a really, really vulnerable state. And that's just not something that in any way, shape, or form should be broadcasted. Like, you're seeing nurses on live during med passes. You're seeing nurses inside of nursing homes, like, showing patients that are super vulnerable. I don't care if the patient's not vulnerable. It's just stuff that you just don't do.
All right, so I would love to hear what you think about her being withdrawn from the nursing school because of a day in my life vlog. Do you think it was excessive? Do you think they should have just given her a warning or something else instead of them withdrawing her from the school? I would love to hear your own thoughts, so please leave your comments in the comment section. Now, for those of you that don't know, I am a pharmacist. Yes, a licensed registered pharmacist that went to pharmacy school for 5 good years, did internship for a year, had to serve my country for a year before I became like a full pharmacist. So I'm a healthcare worker. So I can relate to some of the things that she is saying, even though she was a nursing student and I was a pharmacy student to be a pharmacist and a pharmacist. Anyway, I don't know with these recent people that are in healthcare. I know a lot of people want to be social media influencers. They want to get that money. They want the validation from social media. But sometimes I just wonder whether they went through the training to actually know what is going on. Now, she was a nursing student. I think she just started. But she's of the generation that loves social media validation. And she did not realize that as a nursing student, the restriction that you have is much more than someone that is not in healthcare. I've seen so many healthcare professionals, healthcare workers do some videos, and I'm like, what are you people doing? Now, she probably saw a lot of them do it and felt like, oh, it was okay. Not understanding that as a student, there's still an extra restriction on you compared to someone that is a full nurse, a registered nurse. Now, she said she did not show the person's real name and date of birth, but she showed the chatting. That's information that you're not supposed to share. Now, she could have shared that information in another, maybe she could have chatted it in a fake paper that cannot be related to the hospital, but she was doing it in the hospital. She showed the vital signs, which I don't think that would have really like been an issue, but I get it was the chart that was the big issue. Now some people are like, oh, it might not have really like violated HIPAA rules and the rest, but when you are a student, each school, nursing school, medical school, pharmacy school, dental school, would have their own rules that might be more restrictive than professional rules. For instance, let me use my school as an example. As we were pharmacy students, we were not allowed to wear big earrings. Now, as a pharmacist, I can wear big earrings. It's not a problem. The boys were not allowed to keep long beards and beards in some. After pharmacy school, some pharmacists have beards and nothing is happening. But in pharmacy school, you cannot do that. In pharmacy school, you are not allowed to wear jeans. My pharmacy school. Let me see, I don't know about other pharmacy school. My own pharmacy school, we are not allowed to wear jeans. The boys were always told to wear tie, shirt, trouser, belt, shoes. They were not allowed to wear sandals. The females were allowed to wear sandals, but you are not allowed to wear slippers. You are wearing sandals or shoe. Nothing like canvas. I don't think we were allowed to wear any sporty shoe. It was corporate, it was nothing athletic or whatever. That's pharmacy school. Now as pharmacists, I would even wear leggings. Nobody's going to beat me. I will wear canvas. I will wear jeans on a Friday or even anytime I want. Nobody's going to beat me. Nobody's going to tell me it's a violation of anything. But in pharmacy school, I would have been sent back home. And most of these rules, you as a fresher would have been told that this you don't do. Like she said, the nursing students are always given their handbook. You're supposed to read it to know what to do, what not to do. Now, for us, we did not have the social media at the time I was a student. Now, I'm sure some of the rules that would have been included in my pharmacy school will be also about videos and how they should watch what they are posting and all those things. And I think a lot of times, some of the people who are signing up for this healthcare profession at this point in time don't realize that this healthcare profession is very strict for some things, because if you cannot follow rules, how are they sure that you will do the right thing when push comes to shove or when you are a professional? So I think that I think a lot of the younger ones are entering into healthcare profession, or the younger healthcare workers should know that no matter how enticing social media validation and everything is, try to separate your social media life from your profession. I see a lot of people doing some things that I'm just wondering, what you people are doing is very, very risky. Some people saying some things, and I'm like, what the heck? The last time it was the MAGA dentist that was saying that she cut down the laughing gas for Democrat patients. There was another set of healthcare workers who are making fun of the bodily fluids that some females will leave when they come to their women health clinic, and they got fired. I'm like, how do you people think that is appropriate? Another dental healthcare worker was making fun of people who have decay. She was saying something, she and another worker were trying to make fun of the smell that comes when someone who has tooth decay is being worked on. And I'm like, how do you feel this is appropriate? It's just, and people were calling her out, and she felt like nothing's going to happen. This. If anything happens now, it would be like, oh, somebody reported my video. Meanwhile, you even pinned the video on your page and were replying people who were stitching and calling you out and saying nothing's going to happen. Anyway, good luck to everybody. But as for this girl, she said she's going to reapply in January. I don't know if they should have expelled her or withdrawn her application for just one video. I feel like they could have said she's suspended. I don't know. Maybe they could have suspended her to next year. I don't know if she would have preferred that. Maybe they could have suspended her because she said she's in the second semester, 1 month in. So she has done first semester. I believe she just entered. So it looks like she's in her year 1. So maybe they could have suspended her to next year and then she will resume second semester next year instead of withdrawing her and then she now has to reapply. I don't know if she's going to reapply to the same school or she's going to reapply to another nursing school, but I don't know. She has learned a lesson. She's advising people. Hopefully people will listen. People will do not think that what she's saying is a one-off or somebody reported her. If your video went viral, somebody will see it. There's definitely somebody will see it, and you made it public. You probably showed your nursing school scrub and the rest. So well, she has learned a lesson. Hopefully other people will learn their lesson, and this is what it is. We might not like some of the rules with healthcare profession, but if you're entering into it, you should know that this is what you're going to live through. And if you don't like it, there are other professions for you to go to. Not you entering it and being, no, this is this and that. If you don't like it, most times you are being told before you enter, these are the rules, these are this and this and that, and you go through the training and you pass through fire and come out as a healthcare professional. If you don't like it, if you have a problem with it, if you have a problem with the restrictions, please go to another profession. It is not compulsory to be in a profession and then start flouting the rules, and when there are consequences you begin to start attacking and saying they are doing too much, they are doing that and that and that. Anyway, that's my thought about this whole situation. I wish her all the best. I hope she'll be able to get back into nursing school if that is her dream, and hopefully she video would help some people from making the same mistake she made. That's my thought about everything. I would love to hear your own thought about this whole situation. Do you think that the school was right in kicking her out of the program, or do you think that they did too much? I would love to hear what you think about social media restriction for healthcare workers. Do you think it's a good thing, or do you think that healthcare workers should be able to put up any kind of video that they like? So please leave your comments in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all what I said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next time. Bye.